$500 a month. That's the average Social Security cut coming in 2032 if Congress doesn't move, and Washington just admitted it in writing. If you're 60 or older, or already collecting, this lands squarely on you. Stay with me until number 6, because that's the one almost everyone gets completely backwards. Number 1. What actually happens in 2032, because it's not what the scary headlines suggest. On June 9, 2026, the Social Security Board of Trustees released its annual report, and it moved the depletion date of the Retirement Trust Fund, BOASI fund that pays your check, to the fourth quarter of 2032. That's a full year earlier than last year's projection. Now here's the mechanics most people never hear. Social Security is not going bankrupt, and it cannot simply disappear. Payroll taxes keep flowing in from every paycheck in America, and those taxes alone cover 78% of promised benefits. What vanishes in 2032 is the reserve account that tops up the other 22%. When that reserve hits zero, the law forces an automatic, across-the-board cut of 22%. No vote in Congress, no exceptions for age, income, or need. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget ran the numbers. The average retiree would lose about $500 a month, and a dual-earning couple retiring in 2033 would lose roughly $1,100 a year. You may have seen 24% in the headlines. That was the earlier projection. The official 2026 report puts it at 22. Either number wrecks a fixed-income budget. And the timing is brutal. Today's 61-year-olds reach their full retirement age of 67 in 2032, the exact year the fund runs dry. The typical mistake is thinking 6 years is plenty of time. It isn't. The program's 75-year shortfall jumped from 3.82% of taxable payroll to 4.42% in a single year. Write down one number today, 78%. Every smart decision in the rest of this video is built on it. Number 2. Congress's new plan, and what it really does, because the fine print matters. On July 14, 2026, a bipartisan group of senators introduced the Promise Act, protecting retirement opportunities and maintaining income security for everyone. The names tell you it's serious. Republicans Bill Cassidy, Tom Tillis and John Cornyn, Democrats Dick Durbin, Tim Kaine and Chris Coons, Independent Angus King. Here's what the bill actually does. It orders the Social Security Advisory Board, a bipartisan 7-member body that already exists, to draft a base bill shaped by public input that keeps the trust fund solvent for at least the next 50 years. Then it creates a step-by-step timeline that forces Congress to take that bill up, amend it, and vote instead of shelving it the way every Social Security proposal has been shelved for 2 decades. There's a matching effort in the House. The Bipartisan Social Security Commission Act, introduced by Congressman Tom Suozzi, which would create an independent commission required to deliver a solvency proposal within 1 year. Notice what neither bill does. Neither one cuts your benefit, raises your taxes, or changes your claiming age. Not yet. They build the machine that will produce those changes. The typical mistake is hearing, quote, bipartisan Social Security bill and assuming the problem is handled, so you can stop paying attention. The opposite is true. The moment that base bill is drafted is the moment your check is actually on the table. What you do this week: remember the name Promise Act, and when the advisory board's draft appears, read what it says about people already collecting, because that section is about you. Number 3. The fix is actually on the table, because the menu is shorter than you think. Every serious solvency plan mixes the same handful of ingredients. On the revenue side, raise the payroll tax rate that comes out of every worker's check, or lift the cap so high earners pay Social Security tax on more of their income. Wages above the cap currently escape the tax entirely. On the benefit side, raise the full retirement age again for people still working, trim the annual cost of living adjustment by switching to a stingier inflation formula, or means test benefits so higher income retirees get less. That's essentially the whole menu, and the advisory board's 50-year bill will be assembled from it. Here's the arithmetic that should worry you. The 75-year funding gap now equals 4.42% of taxable payroll. Closing it purely with taxes would take roughly a 4-point payroll tax increase split between workers and employers, and closing it purely with cuts would take far deeper reductions than 22% for future retirees. Every year of delay shrinks the gentle options and enlarges the painful ones. That gap grew by more than half a percentage point in a single year. The typical mistake: assuming any deal will automatically exempt everyone over 55 because they'd never touch current retirees. There is no such rule. COLA changes and benefit taxation hit people already collecting, and both are on the menu. What you can do when you hear a proposal, ask one question: does it touch the COLA or the taxation of benefits? Those are the two doors through which a fix for future generations quietly reaches into this month's check. And keep number 6 in the back of your mind, because the biggest threat to your check is not the one we've been talking about. Number 4. The panic move that turns a maybe minus 22% problem into a guaranteed minus 30% problem. Every time insolvency makes the news, thousands of people rush to claim at 62 to get mine before it's gone. Run the numbers before you even think about it. If your full retirement age is 67 and your full benefit is $2,000 a month, claiming at 62 locks in a permanent 30% reduction, $1,400 for life. Now suppose the cut actually lands in 2032. Your $1,400 becomes about $1,092. But if you'd waited until 70, delayed retirement credits grow your check about 8% per year past full retirement age. That's $2,480. And even after a 22% cut, you'd still collect about $1,934. Compare the two disaster scenarios, $1,092 versus $1,934. The panicked claimer gets $842 a month less than the patient one under the exact same cut. And here's the kicker: the cut may never happen. Congress has never once allowed an across-the-board reduction to hit, but your early claiming penalty is written in stone the day you file. This is the classic mistake. A 62-year-old in decent health, with some savings, files early out of fear, and by age 80, has given up tens of thousands of dollars to insure against something that never occurred. Claiming early makes sense in specific situations: poor health, no other income, a shorter life expectancy. Fear of headlines is not one of them. What to do? Decide your claiming age based on your health, your spouse's benefit, and your savings, and make that decision on paper now, so a scary news cycle can't make it for you. Number 5. Your personal gap plan, in 3 steps you can finish this week. Step 1. Measure your exposure. Log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov and pull your projected monthly benefit. Multiply it by 0.78. That's your floor. The amount payroll taxes alone would still cover, even if Congress did nothing at all. If your projected benefit is $2,300, your floor is about $1,794, and your personal gap is $506 a month, roughly $6,000 a year. Step 2. Decide how you'd cover that gap. Using the standard 4% withdrawal rule, covering $6,000 a year takes about $150,000 of savings, but you don't need to conjure that overnight. Each year you delay claiming past full retirement age adds about 8% to your check for life, which shrinks the gap faster than almost any investment you can buy. Part-time income of just $500 a month closes it entirely for as long as you work. Step 3. While you're logged in, check your earnings record year by year. Missing or wrong earnings years silently shrink your benefit, and they're correctable, but the burden is on you to catch them. The typical mistake at this step is doing nothing because the numbers feel scary, or doing everything based on a rumor. Both lose money. The person who knows their floor makes calm decisions. The person who doesn't makes fear-based ones, like the early claiming disaster from number 4. 30 minutes at ssa.gov this week buys you 6 years of calm. That is the cheapest insurance available to any retiree in America right now. Number 6, and this is the one people get completely backwards. The real financial risk to you is probably not the 2032 cut. It's the rescue. Here's why. Congress has faced this cliff before. In 1983, the trust fund was months from missing checks, and Congress passed a last-minute fix. Everyone remembers that benefits were saved. Almost nobody remembers how. That deal raised the full retirement age from 65 to 67. A permanent benefit cut for everyone still working. It made up to half of Social Security benefits subject to income tax for the first time in history, reaching directly into the pockets of people already retired, already collecting. And it accelerated payroll tax increases on every worker. In other words, the last rescue was paid for by the very people it rescued. Now connect that to today. The Promise Act builds the machinery for exactly this kind of deal, and the menu from number 3, COLA trims, benefit taxation, later claiming ages, is what such deals are made of. So while most people lie awake fearing a cut that Congress has never once allowed to happen, the near-certain outcome is quieter, a package that leaves your headline benefit intact while taking a slice through taxes, a slower COLA, or both. That's why the winners of the next 6 years are the people who plan for the fix, not the cut. Keep some retirement money in Roth accounts where benefit taxation can't compound the damage. Don't anchor your plan on today's COLA formula, and treat any "we saved Social Security" headline as the starting gun to reread your own numbers. Protection rarely arrives free. In 1983 it didn't, and in 2032 it won't either. So here's the picture. The cut is real enough to plan for, and the rescue is certain enough to plan around. Your one action step this week: log into ssa.gov, pull your projected benefit, multiply it by 0.78, and build your budget to survive that floor. Then everything Congress does becomes upside instead of shock. If this helped you, subscribe and share it with one person who's counting on that check.